Sing in me, Muse, and through me tell the story of those people, skilled in all ways of contending, the Dragonlords, harried by fate and prophecy. Sing of the cities they saw, of the minds they learned, of distant peoples, and weathering many bitter nights and days deep in their hearts, while they fought to save their homes, the lives of all Thyleans. Of these adventurers, Muse, most sacred of daughters, tell us in our time, lift the great song again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oathsworn Odyssey, the Dragonlords campaign here at TPK Roleplay. I am Turk Presented. I will be your DM slash voice of the crowd this evening and dancer who misses his cue on intros. But I am certainly not alone in my storytelling, and I would be remiss to not have everyone around here share their names and let you know who they'll be playing tonight as we embark on this epic journey. So we're going to kick it over with Comrade and work our way in a U like last time. But yes, please, fellow storytellers.
Yes, I am Comrade Crash. My character's name is Leo Dracos, the human paladin. He's the epic path is the vanished one. And then below me is Sir Heck.
Hey guys, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight I will be playing Calliope, the Siren Bard, who is currently walking the path of the Dragon Slayer. And let's move it on over to HP.
Hello, I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and tonight I will be playing Threnos, the Siren Sorcerer, who is the demigod. Over to Tony.
Hello, I'm Tony, playing Eliana Legide, the High Elf Prophecy Cleric. I am running the Gifted One epic path for this campaign. And above me is Al.
Hello, I'm Alabitha. I'm playing Panos, the Satyr Rogue, and I will be walking the path of the Cursed One. Now hand it up, finally, on top of me, to Chrissy, who is muted.
Is muted all the time,
Nailed
endlessly. I'm Chrissy. I will be playing Defera Adamos, and she is a Medusa Warlock of the Fates, and she is walking the epic path of the Haunted One.
All right. And with all of our heroes introduced, let us begin this epic journey of love and loss and good friends and epic journeys and more just kick-assery. The future of Thylea looks grim. Monsters menace the roads and corruption threatens the cities. The storm god Sidon demands daily sacrifices at every temple, and his sister wife Lutheria kidnaps children for her secret rituals. The five gods who once protected the settlers are silent, and now the oracle has prophesied the doom of Thylea, the death of the gods, the destruction of Mitros, and the total annihilation of the mortal races. You are one of a group of warriors who have been summoned to the Heartlands in an attempt to avert this continuing catastrophe. You each have reasons for answering the call. Rumors of your coming have already spread across the land. And the first group that shall be making their way to the appointed meeting location will be Defera, correct? Muted?
Sure. Yeah.
What do you mean, sure?
Yes.
How do you say your name?
Defera.
Defera, okay, excellent. We know this.
You did. Yeah, sure. You're doing great.
You're doing great,
Thanks,
sweetie.
Mom. But Defera and Leo, you are the first travelers to arrive at the Sour Vintage. Tell me of your journey, and also let the group know a little bit of what you look like and what you may act like.
Sure, I'll go first. Leo is olive-skinned human. He's very not hot, but very handsome. He has a toga, and he has a shoot. What are the things called?
Laurels.
Laurel. Yeah, laurel on his head. And he seems very carefree as he wanders into the city with his companion.
It's more of a small inn, like in a
inn.
farming town.
Okay.
Yes. I'll describe it in a moment for you, but Defera.
Yes. Yeah. So we have been traveling for a bit together. Defera has been listening to Leo talk a lot, mostly about his story. She has listened quietly. She has strikingly red hair and will always be cloaked unless in combat.
Very well. As you guys clear past a final row of vineyards, you catch sight of a sign that says the Sour Vintage with a few grapevines crawling up along it. Of course, nothing growing there for the moment. Anything that would have been there has just probably recently been harvested. But taking the small left turn off the road, it seems there's a traditional country inn located at a crossroads about 20 miles east of the city of Astoria. The exterior is rustic wood painted black, and from the inside you can hear a low din of people speaking, and already on the wind you can catch the pleasant smell of tobacco smoke in the air and a hint of deep red wine. Are you guys just going to head right in, or there does seem to be a pleasant garden outside, stables,
Defera will turn to Leo, and I'm going to just walk the perimeter a bit. Would you like to come with me, or do you want to go in and get some wine?
Wine, of course. And yeah, I think Leo just heads straight in, like very excited for a new location he hasn't been in.
That's fair. All right, let me reveal a little bit of the inside for you. Yeah, inside it seems actually fairly packed. Tokens notwithstanding, this is more of an average day, but you do get the sense there's a stage, a larger open area here you can start to catch glimpses of, some private rooms, a little you kind of can catch a glimpse of what appears to be a small temple area here, probably a small ritual chamber, just quick prayers to a god or goddess perhaps. But yeah, you're free to roam about the cabin as you wish. Bartender doesn't seem too distracted if you wanted to go and get yourself a cup of something to drink.
Defera's going to still make her way around the perimeter.
Yes, perfect. So yeah, around here, I mean, you kind of get the same gist. A fairly open-aired area. The immediate area around here, harvest-wise, appears to be mostly done. A lot of the grapes and vines have been cut and plucked, leaving not a ton of vegetation about, but things haven't rotted completely. Though you would be remiss to not have noticed a little bit of rot and oddness along the way here. Like something had, like there'd been a blight, not like a, biblical blight, but, bad harvest.
Okay.
But the surrounding of this area appears to be just a fair, calm tavern or country inn, which I think will be our second group coming up with, and again, I'm going to have to make sure, Eliana and Ponos. How are you guys?
How you doing, Ponos?
Well, I'm here, and you're here, and so are presumably all the other people that live here.
Live here.
Well, it's inhabited. There are people. The sound of wine, the sound of entertainment and conversation. Presumably, there'd be some sort of livelihood around here somewhere. You would hope. Ponos is fairly brazen in his assumptions and confident in his actions. He is he's quite a well-built chap. He's clearly done his years of soldiering and labouring and whatever else. But he is slightly unusual, I guess. He's got a really kind of thick mane of dark, matted, long curly hair that kind of comes down to his shoulders. He's got a big, thick, stick-out beard. And is overall fairly hairy. His forearms are covered in a big thatch of dark fur that seems to go from red down to jet black and cover the backs of his hands and the tops of his fingers. Again, from his chest down also seems to be slowly going from red down to dark hair, but it's not like horse hair. This is thicker and more matted, more like that of something like a wolf or a Highland cow almost, when it gets to the thick thatching of the thighs and the tops of the legs, leading to his inverted knees and down to his hooves, which sort of spark against the cobbles as he kind of drags his feet almost lazily, but almost to make a point, as they kind of noisily clip and clop and clank as he makes his way along, kind of just generally trying to get on the nerves of most everyone he's around.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Has that been on your nerves a whole lot, Eliana?
Eliana is just very much a individual who's just like taking a deep breath and just keep going. She is fairly taller than like a typical elf is, and it's hard to discern exactly what she looks. She does have like a darker olive-like skin. She rarely takes her helmet off. When she does, she has short platinum hair with hazel eyes. She's pretty well built. It's hard to discern because of the armor she wears and the red wrappings on her arms and legs. But she's quite strong. She carries a nice shield with the symbol of Palor on it, and a spear. Much like the hoplites of Astoria, where she is from. All in all, she's just like, I don't want to be here, but we're not really given a whole lot of goddamn choice, are we? And just this whole time with Ponos is like having to deal with the clippity clops of dragging hooves, all of the thistles and bristles that just get like sticking out of his hairs. It's just like, could you just like take those out? You're just gonna leave them there? That just looks super uncomfortable. I hate everything about it.
As soon as Ponos kind of caught on that she wasn't 100% keen on being there, just every little thing, every eye roll, every tut, every pause and hesitation he's just clung to. Anything that will annoy someone or wind them up or get on their nerves, that's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do until they cannot take it anymore. And he will enjoy every moment of that sort of unwarranted disdain.
Yep, whole campaign it is.
Great,
Are we there yet?
wonderful. And it's just like we finally arrive. It's like, you know what? I've needed my 5 senses dulled. All 5 of them. I need them done because I haven't been to one of those deprivation baths in a long goddamn time. And I'm hoping that there's enough wine here to make it act like I am in one right now. And I'm just gonna walk right in, closest stool, and just, please give me something. I don't care what it is, as long as it makes me just destroyed.
Sure. So Leo and keep wanting to say Dipfria, but it's Defera. You guys are just being served what you both ordered. I'm assuming, Leo, you've ordered yourself a nice small carafe of wine.
Yes.
Defera. Oh my god. I'll get this. Defera, what have you ordered? Seems like a general, well-to-do whatever. So.
Yeah, probably also a carafe of wine for myself. Some
Perfect.
light snacks.
There is a pleasant selection of spiced nuts that is slid across in a small clay bowl to you. The air is filling with kind of that good, lightly honey sweetness to it, but also clearly as you bring it close, as you bring a small handful close, you can definitely catch a bit of that burn. But you will see that as the bartender, she finishes putting down the snack in front of you, she'll turn and look at Eliana, and we'll go, damn it, Tony, you messed me up. We'll go, we're like, oh, are you one of the oracles from the temple down in
It'll be
Astoria?
She'll take her helmet off, like, sure, yep, seer, oracle, whatever you want to call it. Give me your tallest, biggest, cheapest drink, please, thank you.
No. I'm getting you a bottle of something nice. The only reason I even have it is because of your order. Saved me a fortune when that last light came through here. Nothing like this one, though. And she'll go and get a...
Well, just so you know, I'm not taking commissions right now.
I wouldn't ask it of you at the moment. I mean, everyone knows what's messed up right now. But we'll like pour out a heavy glass, a larger cup for you, and slide across. Don't worry about it. Again, thank you. There'll be more where that came from, believe me. And we'll put down the larger container. Ponos, are you going to head in, or?
Yep, sure. He's going to watch everyone kind of head in and head to the bar and choose his moment and throw the door open so it slams as dramatically as possible, drop in his bindle, because he's got no clothes on. He can't find clothes to fit around these hips. And just drop the bindle that he's carrying, and from the leather scabbard on his back, he just pulls out a violin and begins to just screech horrifically across the strings, bow deeply, and then throw himself onto a seat at the bar.
You are gonna. So there is a small stage area up here with a woman in a white traveling tunic, and she'll just be like inspired, like clapping, like you just performed a masterpiece.
Please don't encourage him.
Naturally. You can't discount talent.
Yeah, but everyone else here is looking at you like you just took a shit on the floor. So
Yes, yeah. You wait for the follow-up.
Oh, God's why.
I think Leo is like with his cup, just like very excited and like cheers to him, as he hasn't heard this kind of music before, so he's just happy.
Yes, enjoy me. Most people do.
And I think that is a good time for their last, but certainly not least, Birds of a Feather group. Let's see, I did come up with cool names. To come flying in. Threnos and Calliope. Oh my god, flying very large. No offense.
Lord.
Just want to shrink you.
Well, yeah.
Calliope, dear, it seems our travels have reached their end.
And hopefully the answers will begin, no?
Answers. Quite a funny concept, isn't it? It all depends on the question, on whether the answer matters to begin with.
Yeah. And yeah, for audience, Calliope is a pretty average height, like 5'6", siren with kind of wings that are a little more geared towards finesse, with a little bit of a pink shade on the inside, very reminiscent of a Calliope hummingbird, if you didn't know. Yeah, I have to put my bird nerd in there, sorry. And yeah, she has amethyst eyes and seems to carry herself rather gracefully, despite having, you know, the extra appendages that are wings.
And Thrynos is, his wings are the coloration of seagull wings. And his tunic is kind of a typical mid-thigh cut tunic, baggy around the waist. His hair, it lays mostly lank, down to about his shoulders or so, with a patch of gray across one section of his head. And he's not frowning. He doesn't look overly sad, but he definitely isn't smiling either. Shall we see what all the noise is about?
Yeah, I think I just saw someone burst into this establishment, so let's see what that's about.
Oh, it'll be an adventure finding out, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies first, Calliope.
Alright. And I think that's where, that's where the door is. Where's the door on the map?
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, just gonna take one seat over here.
As the two of you enter, the murmur from Ponos' entrance has begun to die down. And in fact, now the woman on stage has kind of regained a bit of attention. She doesn't seem to carry an instrument, though she does unravel a small scroll as if preparing to read something. Lover, do you recall the 21st night of our meeting? Our love did make all other opinions fleeting, as we seemed to soar through the sky. Our hearts did ring in the same key that our souls did sing, as we danced in the stars. Recall how the world would never again have a cloudy day. And we'll begin kind of riffing a little bit on a lyre until, you know, the collective, the crowd doesn't necessarily really get behind it, but eventually there is a bit of a, how to change that up. There is kind of a general acceptance, like, okay, yeah, we'll get a small few rounds of claps. And she'll bow several times over before collecting her things from the stage, making her way across the room, waving to people as she goes, who don't seem to pay her any mind, like an invisible celebrity. And finally take a seat at the end of the table, kick back, pull over a small bowl of spiced nuts, and then look at you all and just wave and like point at herself. I'm the one who called you here. It was me. All of you at the bar.
Thrynos will kind of look around at the others at the bar. All of us? What?
Yeah, all of you.
How did she hear me? This is weird.
Well, I understand why she would ask me, but I'm confused as to why she would ask all of you.
Oh, jeez, I need another one, please. Thank you. If I gotta deal with this.
Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out.
We should hurry up before I eat all the nuts.
I've heard that before.
Come on, therefore, new friends.
He will
Calliope,
silently follow.
Leo, as you're about to get up, the guy next to you, seated at the bar, you're kind of turning to get up. He's going to kind of like quickly give you a glance, but then grab at the edge of your tunic, right along the emblem of your orders, that contains your orders crest. Kind of like, you know, not necessarily a badge, but it's kind of part of your belt, you know, it's your get up at the time. And he's going to, what exactly, where did you get this?
I
Are you a fan? You some kind of hero? He looks at you a bit belligerent.
I don't know.
Fucking like what's good bunch of use you are. And he's gonna kind of shove it a little bit into your chest. I don't know if it would knock you back or not, but you know, it's not
No,
particularly
like
strong.
I think
shove.
he stumbles and is just like, oh, I thought I picked out a good outfit.
Fucking heroes couldn't even fucking save us. Fucking farms ruined.
Threnos.
Rather get away from that one.
Threnos is going to walk directly toward that one.
Oh.
And as his likely new friend starts to walk away, I'm just going to say very quietly to the drunk, keep your hands to yourself, no matter the circumstances. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them.
Oh, great. That is wonderful. More of you then. Gonna go save the world. Gonna let my family go starve in the basement for another week.
Good day to you. And I'll just turn and head over to the overly excited singer.
Titans take you both. But yeah, if there's no one else, you can all approach. As the dark-haired woman excitedly calls you over, again, wearing a white traveling dress with practical leather boots and a large satchel that appears to contain dozens of scrolls along with plentiful writing supplies. This is... Wow. Okay, all of you, or some of you, are all of you coming? It's a DM voice. Are all of you going? Okay, cool. Tokens weren't there. Concern. Totally fine. But, yeah. So, okay, all of you. All right, wait. I have an official thing I need to say. It's very... Greetings. I am Kira. Thank you for answering my summons. I will be direct. I am here as an agent of the Oracle. You know Leo. Leo, you know her. She believes that great destinies await you all, and they must be forged by great deeds. It's pretty good, right?
Very
What if
good.
we've already done great deeds?
You need to do better.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm here as more of a coaching role. Maybe I'm here to help these, whatever they're supposed to be what they're supposed to be. Huh?
I mean, maybe.
Will you
It's a
teach
good
me to be a
chance.
hero?
Well, I mean, not my words, but sure, why not?
Awesome.
Please don't encourage him.
I mean, you can teach a fish to sing. You can teach a Leo to
You
be a hero.
swim? Can't teach a
Yep.
fish to sing.
All right. Difference of opinion then.
You never seen a singing fish?
Well, before you answer that, I think I should actually give you the lowdown. Not sure if you've been aware, but there's this big, terrifying boar thing that's been laying waste to the countryside. The Heartlands here, basically just slaughtering everything in its path. It's just not great. Now, obviously, boars don't typically get this big, at least without someone like, you know, some lord or noble riding out to go hunt it down. So this is probably very much corrupted by the Titans and sent to punish the morals of Thylea because they kept believing in the five gods. Let me actually show you, Kira, real quick while we're doing this. And from what I know, a bunch of these guys around here have been going out trying to kill this thing, but no one's really been able to manage it yet. So that's where you guys come in. You're the big dang heroes. I mean, if you want to win your fame and your fortune, right? As great heroes should. Note for the rest.
So did you say fame?
And fortune. I could say it again if it would sweeten the deal.
Were we summoned halfway across the land to kill a big pig?
Partly. You were summoned halfway across the lands to prove your worth to as heroes of prophecy.
To teach a fish to sing?
No, I already did that.
wasn't.
It's about proving your worth to the people of Thylea. That, you know, if you prove that you're extra heroic, people start believing the prophecy, and no one panics about the end of the world.
What's the point in panicking about the end of the world?
I don't know. Look, I don't make the rules. I'm just doing a favor for Versi, and I thought it'd be fun. So I'm here to help. Mostly just here to watch, record, do a ditty once or twice. But yeah. Look, from what I understand, the power of the Oath of Peace is waning, and so this is kind of the start of that. So if you guys want to like plug the gap, then I'm sure Versi would be a lot more confident in her prophecy.
I assume Versi is the Oracle, yo.
You've never heard the Oracle referred to in such a way?
Oh.
There seems to be a level of familiarity between Kira and the Oracle, and which makes sense if Kira is the messenger, the go-between.
Got it.
So we are to prove our worth so that the Oracle knows the Oracle is true?
Well, it's kind of twofold. One, the Oracle's had a vision, an inkling, right? Like she's thrown some paint on the page and it's starting to form into letters. But we got to be certain, because we really only have one shot at this, right? And it might be you. I really hope it's you guys. You seem like a whole fun bunch. A whole lot of variety here. Absolutely loving it. But the off chance it's not, we need to be certain. So that's part one. Part two is you get your names out there. People start believing in the heroes, and you make the countryside safe. And I think that's kind of like a reward in and of itself. Also, I will pay you. If that's
Bingo.
Yeah. There you go. I have these. She will bring out a set of 6 golden arrows. Not like fletched in gold. These things would effectively be almost useless to fire, but they'd be worth a pretty penny, or some pretty gold pieces.
So we kill a big pig. We get our name out there, and
we prove our worth to the Oracle.
Oh,
and
yes.
then people know who I am.
Yes, more so than they already do, I'm certain. I realized
Ponos.
I did.
Yep.
His name is Ponos.
Nailed it. This guy knows.
My name is Leo, and he turns to everyone else.
Do the whole introduction thing, circle.
Good.
Thrynos.
Do fun facts. Or...
Name's
And-
Calliope.
And I think it's equally possible we'll all die trying this.
Ooh,
Interesting.
won't it be fun?
Potentially dying just to be a diagnostic for the people.
Okay. Yeah. No, that sounds bad when you say what I said back to me. Yeah, there's really no winning that one there, is there?
Well, just how big is this bowl?
Well, I know there's a few guys out in the courtyard who just got back from trying to do it in, or at least what's left of them.
I suppose information is the place to start for adventures like this.
Yes, and the innkeeper was bragging a whole big about how she got really rich killing a big thing. So if you need tips and tricks, also worth checking out. I wouldn't talk to the farmers. They seemed a little angry at you there. So,
They have yet to accept the possibility of the end, and so they cry. Once you pass that, you stop crying.
yeah, I really hope you don't die.
Well, everyone, shall we ask around a little bit and see what we can find out and go on a pig hunt?
Of course, let's go.
I have two guys coming from a little out of town just to help, like a little expert tracking. So if you want to wait till the morning, we can head out in a group and just really make it secure. Didn't want to like take away from the initial fire of like making it sound too easy. So I knew you were good. But yeah, I'd recommend you all get some rest and get to know each other, learn some strengths and weaknesses, how to not die, game plan.
Makes sense to me, I suppose. We can spend the evening learning what we can learn, and getting to know each other, and go chasing a pig.
Why does this always happen?
Chasing giant pigs.
More often than you'd know.
Well, I suppose that's one way to pass one's time. Have you caught any?
I've caught a lot of things in my time. Not many of which I'm proud of, but they leave their mark.
It does leave its mark. Well, hopefully we'll catch a pig.
Or I guess it depends on the rhyme scheme. But yeah, I'm probably due for another set. The groaning has subsided to too low of a level, so I'm gonna go get to that. If you need me, save the poor people from me or something. I don't know. I'm gonna after she gets up and starts heading over.
Have a good set.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go get my wine.
How many is that? Is anyone keeping track?
Just like a hand goes up and just 3.
And you, in the cloak, you're particularly quiet. What do you think about going on a pig hunt?
I suppose if it's going to get us some gold pieces, I could use that.
So
gets
just
it.
the gold, the cries of helping the poor and defenseless fall on deaf ears?
Not deaf, but definitely tired. So, maybe indifferent would be a good word.
Oh, you can't be that, down. Like, who doesn't want to be a hero, It sounds like it's going to be great, and then, yes, we'll save some people along the way.
Exactly. All I have to do is be there while you save everyone, and I get weighted on hand and foot for the rest of my life. Hooves up, buffs daily. What can go wrong?
By pigs, apparently.
Well, I don't mind who does it as long as it gets done.
Well, there is some wisdom in that statement, I suppose. So for coin or for goodwill, we hunt a pig. Should we make new friends or go around with our old friends? Leo, do you and I want to talk to those outside who've been on the hunt while some of the others speak to the bartender?
Yeah, sure. I feel I'm good at talking to people.
Well, we
You
can
are,
certainly
Leo.
go and see.
Very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Annie the winks at you.
We'll meet back in an hour or so. Reconvene before the evening.
Sure, sounds good. Eliana's a real people person, and I bet cannot wait to get stuck in with everyone's details at the bar and listen to all their problems for an hour.
Calliope, be careful around these. They are excitable.
Yeah, that's what I observed before. That's why I kind of just walked away.
So, Leo, was it?
Yes.
Let's go find some farmers. Or hunters. The hunters, yes.
Hunting farmers. All right, let's go.
So I suppose we'll go out. Who were the ones that were hunting? They're in the courtyard. I was going outside. There we go.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Okay. Yeah, but you see a beleaguered group of 3 gentlemen near the waters. One of them bent over and basically has half his body wrapped, like arm in a sling. Half of his face is just covered in bandages. The others seemingly in poor straits. Either just a whole lot of scratches or like bandaged in other areas, but not nearly just the same extent as the guy in the middle. But they all kind of hold their alcohol in whatever means they can. The one on the right here is kind of helping the buddy in the middle drink a bit by holding his cup for him, and whenever he seems to motion with his head, he'll get a swig. But yeah, they seem worse for wear and quietly drinking.
Did you not hear when your friends called out, "Look or be caught," as the boar was coming?
What was that? One will turn. The one on the left will turn to you. Is that more poetry? You're not one of the bard's friends, are you? I tell you, she looks like the goddess, but cannot rhyme like her. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, everyone has their gifts. And their weaknesses, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Fred. You forgive us. We are in a bad way. We thought we were bringing in the haul of a lifetime, and instead we are mourning.
Oh no, did you lose a friend?
They all will look at each other, and the one to the left will raise his bug. Petus. Damn fool. Might not have been the best shot of us, and the other will give him a glare. I know. But he was one of our very good true friends. Saw us all through very bad places, and unfortunately we couldn't return the favor. Damn Boar.
Well, all journeys come to an end on one path or another. It's a shame he found a boar at the end of his. Where did you find the creature?
Was a perfect plan. And he's gonna sit on the edge of this little water feature here. Get some rotting fruit, let it get real pungent, wait for the boar to attack, and then stab it to the sides. Flank it, chase it down as it bled, and that will be that. Works for most of us half the time. Didn't have a dog, but had a good bowman and strong spears. But 20 pounds of fruit later, it surprised us and ran Petal straight through with his tusks. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. The aggression of the animal was not natural.
How could it not be natural if it's a boar?
I've never... Let me put it this way. I have killed boars before. Of course, that's how I make my living. So we all make our living. But how do I say this? The word on the right will cut in. You have never heard a boar curse your family and livelihood as it tore your friend away.
No, that would seem to be a wholly unpleasant experience.
I swear it must be cursed by the Titans. One of those damn corrupted things of Lutherius.
So can you describe the boar? Was it like very big or weird looking?
Twice the size of a man, at least. Dark fur, wet, frothing mouth, moved like a cloud of death. Teeth, tusks like spears. Nightmares, what it was.
Well, it certainly does seem like a lot to handle.
I suppose we just have to be grateful that we made it out alive, eh?
Well,
Yes.
it depends on how much movement he gets in his arms again. Or if you walk the same after today.
I walk over and the one with the injured leg, and I touch it, and I cast lay on hands to heal him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, he'll be back on his feet in no time.
And yeah, he'll watch, kind of almost with like wild eyes as the magic kind of courses through him. My goodness, and he'll begin, moving, kind of moving around his ankle, testing it more fully on his weight, and thank you. I wasn't sure we were going to have enough gold to pay a healer. I still don't think we have enough gold to pay a healer and get our way home, but thank you.
Hey, it's a start, Petra gave his life for you guys, and the best you can do is live on. And he raises his cup to Petra.
To Petros.
Petros. That's what I said.
Yeah, fine. And they'll all raise a glass solemnly, and the one who obviously can't raise his glass will kind of like nod his head, and they'll all take a long swig. You are not from around here, though. Can tell. But I've seen you before. The Heartlands are not so often traveled, especially by not one in such ancient robes.
What? These aren't ancient. They're in style. He looks around.
They are not. You are missing several pieces that would constitute a more modern toga dexa. You got the toga part down. That's definitely there, but these guys seem to be wearing not like wraps, more straightforward, almost shirts that will kind of reach down to their knees with a belt tucking it in. Apologies, I didn't mean to insult someone who has just healed my leg, but I just made an observation. I was curious if you are from the city and perhaps it is making a comeback. I could use a bit of fashion-forward advice on my next travels into Mitros.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be the one to ask. I haven't been to the city in a long time.
Well, then we are both seemingly very out of fashion. What about you, my poetic friend?
What about?
Well, we don't often see the sirens so far from shore, or not in the services of someone bringing a message.
Well, the road is an interesting place. It goes very far, and sometimes not far at all, and this time it took me far.
You have a wonderful way of speaking, but I don't know if you answered my question.
few can hear the words that are spoken to them. It's commendable that you have.
He's gonna kind of nod. I'm going to have to. I feel like I'm sitting on the philosophy discussion when I'm speaking to you. Again, no offense intended, but I fear I am not nearly drunk enough for this.
Well, let us know when you are. Anything else that we can do to help, Leo?
I'm not sure.
You have done more than enough, I assure you. Other than fixing us all up immediately to let us get back out there, we'll likely be on the road back home to rest and recuperate and let Petis' family know the sad news.
Thrynos is going to reach a hand and just twist it out toward the water in the fountain and pull forth a cube of water and freeze it into ice. Pull it over and put it in the hands of one of these men here.
The one whose leg is no longer gimp will definitely take it. It's cold.
When you can't cure, you can at least numb. Allow it to help. It will get you through the evening. Thank you for speaking with us. Sorry for what you're going through, I suppose.
Of course.
And I'll
just know.
Turn and walk away.
Yeah, and then as he's walking around, and I kind of whisper, and just know, your friend will be avenged. And he like smiles and then walks right behind him.
We'll kind of give a nod at that, and you'll hear as you're walking away. Hey, you see that, Bisaltos? You're getting the ice cube treatment tonight. And you'll hear some on the bandages. But yeah, so over at the bar, Eliana, you are getting another large pour from the bartender.
As long as I don't have an Archimedes class, keep it coming.
Just, again, big pour, and places it down. So, what brings someone of your order so far out of your... I don't want to insult it by calling it a cave, but...
Oh, what?
Cave? Yeah, well, it's the temple. You know, the temple.
A cave, you say?
It's
an
I know
interesting,
some oracles
perception.
are in caves and some are in temples, and you know, like I said, I went to there and I was a bit on the fence about where you all did your seeing.
Well, I would be consulting, generals or the nobles, because apparently everyone wants to know the future. Can't just be letting things go, I suppose, but...
Knowing the future saved my ass a whole bunch.
Well, I'm sure I'm paid fairly well, although most of it just goes back to the temple.
So that's why you're out here, striking it out on your own. That's smart.
No, I did not ask for this. I'm just doing what I have to do. Going where I have to go. And just like gulping down the glass of wine.
Oh, I wouldn't listen to her barkeep. She puts on this facade, but you can tell you don't enter these oracle all-seeing, helpful caves if you don't have a love for people and satisfying them. Why would you come to a bar in such a wonderfully lively place full of good-spirited people and well-priced drinks if you weren't here for the atmosphere, the rolling ambiance? And of course, he'll put his arm round her and be like, and the thrilling company, eh?
If you want to keep that arm, Ponos, I recommend you remove it immediately.
So I'm going to keep it by removing it. That wouldn't work. Obviously, that's literally the opposite of what I would do. If I want to keep it, I would keep it
Take
by
it
not
off my
removing it.
shoulders,
So,
or I'm going to break it, and I'm not
Bless.
going to fix it.
see, she's a 1. Loves people. So much time for them. So much empathy.
Oh, I have no problem with people, Ponos. It's people who are just so full of themselves.
Oh, best thing to be. Full of yourself. No one to be full of someone else, do you? Sounds painful. There we go. That's
Are you
the look
sure
I
this
love.
wine has alcohol? Because I'm not really feeling it, and I'm about 5 glasses deep.
Well, I'm trying. It's good vintage, too.
Well, I apologize. I don't know if you got duped or someone changed it to water after sneaking quite a bit of it out. Just pour themselves a glass, refill the rest of it with water, and just you'll be none the wiser.
I'll tell you what. How about I will get something stronger from the back, and we'll see if that can numb the voices, or you could talk it out between the two of you.
Well, here, just don't worry
politics
about
between-
it. I was supposed to ask you about this damned boar.
You want to know about the boar outside?
This supposed corrupted boar that's supposed to be some omen of the Titan's return, whatever.
That is what that poet was speaking so heavily about to all of you. Like, the hand emotions, I thought she was signaling for help. I almost came over with a carafe several times. Well, I've heard some people chat about things. It sounds quite intimidating. Like a giant monster that came out of nowhere. I'm not going to lie. I did take one out a while ago. Helped me build this place with the winnings, but yeah, I don't know if I could do a repeat performance.
I won't expect you to. This is just another one of the threads we gotta pull to continue the story, I guess. Anything you can tell us about it, just to make our way easier?
No, certainly. Well, by the sound of it, it's mostly towards the east. Those farmlands have been the hardest hit, and is why I have so many fine folk seated here, nearly passed out at the bar. Beyond that, what else is there really to say? It's a giant boar. It seems to spew death and crap thunder, and
Nice.
if you would listen to a lot of their stories, it is the first sign of the end of the world. So, or is the end of the world, depending how drunk they are.
Well, I mean, depending on which visions are right, they're not necessarily wrong.
I mean, I'm already used to one monstrous boar, and he'll start pointing it. If you know what I mean. But,
you want to lose a
how
finger
are we
tonight?
talking? Everyone's mentioning a giant boar. Do we mean giant, or do we mean giant, or do we mean
Is it
giant?
Is it like the size of us, where usually a boar is about half the size of a person, talking the size of your establishment?
No, wait, I've got this. And she'll go and kind of knock the drunk next to you, Calliope. And like as he's kind of pulling us out, asking, how big was the boar again? And you see he kind of, and he stands up on his tippy toes and reaches his hands up. It was this big! It was this size of a house! But maybe a small house. But I locked eyes with it. I could fit my whole head in its eye socket, I swear. Ruined all my crops. Ran it through. Didn't even eat it.
So it's just upping the crops everywhere.
It's ruining everything. I have nothing to sell. It drives one to drink. Oh, and he finds a cup and bowl. Oh, that is very good. And then slam his head back onto the bar.
Calliope will look kind of back to the barkeep at that point. Say, don't mean to interrupt, but our rather enthusiastic acquaintance over there was talking about you knowing things about hunting large creatures in general, being knowledgeable about the such. Do you have any recommendations for the crew you've seen so far? Maybe people that aren't so good with the blade?
Well, that's fair. I think the real trick is that these things are big and strong and scary, but they are about as dumb as a pile of mud. If you, the way you really take down something that's bigger than you is to use your head, you know? Trick it, trap it, spikes, snares, pitfalls. It's a boar, so, nets, ropes, that kind of thing. Stop it from gouging you with its tusks. Attack it from behind, wear it down. It doesn't sound like it's kind of a run away kind of thing, but it's big scary boar. Be smart about it. Don't let it run into you. Put everything you have between it and your soft fleshy bits is what I would say.
Right. Just what I had to train for. Killing a boar the size of a small house. Drink.
It'll be a hell of a story. I guarantee you won't be able to pay for your own drinks if you manage to take it down.
I mean, I'm not too worried about coin, but...
You certainly won't be if you handle this. Heartlands will practically sing your name. A lot of people have been forced back into the cities because of this thing.
Well, if they're singing our names, it's going to sound better than your old bard up there.
Like Yanni Bada Ponos?
Oh, you want a show? Well, I'm glad you
I really
are.
did not ask for a show, Ponos. I really
pull
did.
out his violin
I'm going to have to break
and
that
just
thing.
scrape the most
And we're
horrifically
gone.
screechy,
And she will just...
unrobin, discordant
Eliana's getting up and
nonsense.
out the bar. Goodbye.
Oh, you like this bit? It's really good. And he'll start banging his hooves on the floor, and it's sparking slightly, and it's just this horrible chipped stone and screeching violin strings, and he starts almost braying.
Oh, okay. If you could please, that's enough. That's enough. We're good. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I think. Okay.
And the next one's on the house, right? Otherwise, we get round 2.
Is this?
No.
No.
Are we gonna?
No.
No.
There's not. Wait. No. Wait.
Good.
Yeah. Another.
Thank you.
Small carafe. Just please.
Another fan.
I imagine you have quite the club.
You could call it that.
But yeah, she will go about serving other patrons and kind of look up, look over at Calliope and Tefera. Just, is there anything I can get you to? Better company, hopefully.
Well, at least from what our acquaintance said, we're possibly going to be with each other for a while. But some wine would be great.
Yes. Never got your friend a chance for the stronger stuff. Give me a moment. And she'll disappear to the back quickly and pull out a corked carafe and kind of place it, slide it onto the table, one towards both of you. For the, it'll help you sleep.
Cheers.
Careful with that, though. It's flammable.
Good to know.
fucking moonshine out here. Tastes like turpentine.
The Greeks knew how to party, man.
But not the cheap turpentine, the good stuff.
Oh, clearly.
But yeah, it seems like she's there to cater to all your needs, but I don't have anything else to ask.
Yeah.
Defira is going to find Eliana really quickly and whisper in her ear, "Don't worry, we'll take care of it." And with a very quick, under her breath, cast Mage Hand, and she will snip the strings of the violin.
Oh shit!
We love to see it.
Clang!
There's a sudden burst of sound behind you, Bonos. And boing! And
An encore!
a pair of shears kind of clatter or like scoot away. But yeah, as you go to grab it, the strings on your violin have just been cut cleanly.
Huh. Well, this is to be expected, but don't worry, barkeep. It's not the end of things. And click his fingers, holds out the bow, and I'm going to use minor illusion to make the same sound resonate
Oh gods.
from the stringless violin.
Eliana will just like nonchalantly point a finger at Defira. Just like a message spell of a, "You have a new favorite around here, because, dear gods, you don't understand this person."
Oh,
Don't you
we're gonna
know,
have the
don't worry.
war, and apparently he's really big. Then he's gonna be dead, and I'm gonna be really big, but not big as in size, big as in famous and really rich. Woohoo! You're welcome.
Threnos will walk back up about that time. Calliope, dear. This is terrible.
I'm not sure which thing you mean, but yes.
It's just you guys are having a party without us, and I feel left out.
Well,
You guys are going to hear from across the water. Isn't the one playing the violin one of those gladiators from Mitros or something?
Another fan? He knows me. Probably knows me. Probably knows of me.
I think maybe. Aren't you like, haven't you always not been as hairy or something? Not always.
All right. Well, I'd love to sit and sign your programs, but I got boars to be slaying, people to be, all the. Is there anywhere else other than here?
There is a courtyard, and I could give you a room for the night.
Perfect. Both of those things. Give me a room in the courtyard for the night.
Very well. First door. Just pick one of the rooms and flip the sign, and
And
it's
goodbye.
yeah, okay. Kind of look at you as the rooms are made very clear. She'll look at the rest of you. It's 2 to a room, so I would ask, because I understand what you're about to do is dangerous, and I don't like setting people out if they haven't had a good night's rest like that. But I would ask if you would minimize the amount of my rooms you take up.
Fair enough. But I don't know what that guy, what he was going on about, but I have never seen him skitter off so quickly. And I am in just true guffaw.
I'm just glad that we don't have to hear any more of that.
Oh, don't worry. You will. There's no getting around it.
Oh,
Trust me.
Across the courtyard, you can just hear from like a really muffled, like, I'm gonna be really big, but not in size.
Oh my god.
all 5 of them, yes. Perhaps Lutheria will bless me and take my hearing in the morning.
Well, I don't think you'll get so lucky, but
Probably not. Either way, I find wax and stuffed bandages can do the same thing. But if there's anything else I can get you all to drink, please just let me know.
how's that strong stuff coming?
I gave it to your friends. I can get you another bottle, but I don't know if they're both going to finish it, because if they did, then I have not done my job.
And she'll just look over.
Have you both attempted to drink it, or...
Yeah.
It's basically Everclear.
Oh. Oh, great. Oh no. Yeah, no. Calliope would take like maybe one shot and be like, oof.
Yes. What about you, Defera?
She would probably do one shot and then nurse another one for a while, or split it with water, do something like that.
Dilution is certainly never frowned upon here. You can definitely pull the water carafe over and dilute some of your drink.
Well, don't mind if I do. And just like take like a hot swig. She's like, yeah, that's a good stuff right there.
It better be. And she'll laugh as she head to the back and start dealing with some other patrons. But yeah, it is getting later in the evening. Some of the fires begin to come on, or begin to be lit around the courtyard and in the temple area. But yeah, it seems to quiet down.
Well, I know. I'm sure all of you would just love to fight about having to sleep with the musician, and I'll save you all the headache of the evening and go there myself. Dealt with him this far. One more night's not going to kill me, I hope. Maybe
Now
I
you're a
can-
true hero.
Just kind of assumed we would go with who we traveled with anyways. Right? Makes it easy.
Right.
Easier than
Yeah.
sleeping by strangers, I suppose. Defira, was it? Did you travel far to get here?
We've been traveling. I don't know the distance.
I found a certain comfort in the long road.
Oop. You got muted halfway through that.
I found a certain comfort in the long road. I wonder how much further it will take us all. I was just curious. Leo? And you? A long journey?
Not really. You know, I came from a place and I just bumped into Defira here. And she's been leading me along this wonderful new landscape. Really enjoying my time here.
Well, life is full of mysteries. I just didn't think there'd be so many. Calliope, shall we compare notes out here or head into the room?
Sure. If we're all working together, we may as well figure out what we found out here.
Well, it seems like it's the 3 of us now, as they've wandered off.
Well,
The hunters in the courtyard spoke of rotting fruit drawing the beast. I think we can use that.
From what I surmise, we definitely have to do our best to outsmart it. Whether that is rotting fruit to draw it out, traps, magic both of us have up our sleeves. Something like that. Hopefully work. We don't, die to a pig.
That would be anticlimactic, wouldn't it? If we all died to a pig at the beginning of an oracle.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts before turning in?
Not off the top of my head, no.
No. I think I'll sleep for a while. Defira, pleasure to have met you. Sleep well.
Night.
Anyone else need anything, or are we all gonna tuck in for the evening?
This, could you... What is up with the water feature here, out of curiosity?
It's about a foot and a half of stone on the sides, on the long sides, rising up to about 3.5 feet for a small fountain on either end, with a flower box on the opposite wall.
And it's just like for aesthetics.
It's aesthetics, kind of like a reflecting pool thing, not super deep.
Eliana's gonna spend some time by it, since she doesn't really have to sleep too much. Just kind of staring at the water. Going back as late as she physically can, hoping to the 5, Ponos has passed the fuck out.
You are going to, as you're kind of looking into the water, see another face like join up behind you. Oh, I think you missed a spot on your forehead. Yeah, right there. Yeah, no, see? It's where you wrinkled your eyebrows. It looks exactly like that. Yeah. You can see the dirt right there.
What are you doing up?
Well, I wanted to be up. Plus, I have to go make sure I meet these hunters early in the morning.
Which means you should probably be to bed.
Well, you get to be out here looking all broody. Just figured I'd join.
Well, I don't know if you met an elf, but we don't have to really sleep like most do. It has its perks, but also its annoyances.
Sure. Figured you might want some company is all, but all right, if you want to be all independent, moody, broody elves about not sleeping and rubbing it in other people's faces.
I didn't mean it like that. It's just it's been a long time. Been away from a while. Just kind of reminds me of the times at home. Everything I had to leave. Just kind of motion her arms around this. Not really what I expected, but here we are.
Countryside scares a lot of city folk, yeah.
It's more like, why do we have to be here?
Well, aren't you one of the oracles kind of yourself?
That's what people say, but I think people misunderstand what the saying is. For me, it's not so cut and dry. It's more like little threads. And everything has a little thread and multiple threads. And you have to hope that you just pluck the right one.
Sounds messy.
It's harder and more annoying than people think, especially when everyone's dogging you to know the future, know everything about the life, and you have to look at it all the time, and you never get time for yourself.
Oh, you have to take time for yourself, and she'll lean up against the pillar. Sometimes you just need to get away from everything. Go on vacation. You can see this is a vacation.
It's not that easy.
Well, sure. You know, you can't really leave Thylea.
Can barely
Or-
leave Astoria. Can barely leave the temples in Astoria. The small time I got to finally see my parents now and then. And aside from that, it was, oh well, you'll have him this meeting today with General so and so, or this noble family wants to know if their daughter is going to have a great whatever this month. All day, all night.
Sounds exhausting. But you're helping people.
Sure.
Tell you what, it is entirely too early in our little story here to have too much of a heart to heart, and so I'm gonna leave you to your brooding, and I'm gonna catch some shut-eye in, I think, the fanciest room I can find. So
Stay away, and she'll like point from that one.
I thought his music was perfectly terrible.
Well, I think you're using the perfectly a little wrong, but sure.
Oh no, my words are very perfectly chosen. He makes wonderfully terrible music, and you all should respect him some more. Good night.
Enjoy your stay.
And she will disappear into this room. But yeah, if you're all going to tuck in to respective methods of relaxation, then I think now would be a really good time to take our first quick break. So join us as the sun rises on a new day and the hunt begins. You all awake the next morning, fairly early, to the sound of movement outside your door as soft little knocks seem to resound within each of your rooms. Last night's jubilation might give you some pause, but you're all made of stronger stuff and managed to power through or drink through whatever poison currently is gripping at your mind and begging you to remain in bed, because there is a giant boar to kill and prophecy to make true. Each of you making your way, or not quite making your way, can see out your windows. The morning is cold and foggy, the ground wet with dew as the countryside just barely sparkles in the early light like diamonds. And it seems that, for the most part, life here has continued on. While the same group of farmers seem to be hanging around like they're almost sieged in here.
Like, kind of mumble on and be like, do any of these people go home?
This might be their home.
My gosh, I hope not.
You were cognizant enough to hear a few of the grumbles, like people have had their livelihoods destroyed and feel threatened towards the east, so it seems like some people have taken refuge here or gone back to the city. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that people have been staying here. But towards the front of the door, you again see Kira, kind of with her back to you at the moment, hands on hips, talking over with two outdoorsy-looking fellows, both hooded with green robes, bows strapped to both of their shoulders. And they seem to be lightly conversing before one of them looks over at the group of you assembling, and Kira will turn around. Oh, there's the sleepyheads. Not too much late night brooding, I trust.
Just enough.
That's good to hear. Always just the right amount of late night brooding. Get you focused, ready for big adventurous things. Yeah?
So,
Is there any chance you have any shovels, Kira?
Shovels? Well, I don't. They're a little cumbersome, but let's see. I wonder if this farm farming area would have any shovels. I'm gonna hazard yes, but I've been wrong before. But I'm sure we could buy some if we really needed to. Why? What are you thinking? Pit trap? Moat? We build a castle to sail, gather our forces, and ride out?
For a boar?
I don't know. You asked for the shovel. I'm just making it interesting.
I figured we could dig a hole. Try and trap it at least. It's much easier to kill a boar that isn't running straight at you.
Suppose that works. One of the hunters will kind of step around. That is a good plan. It was going to suggest a spike trap of some kind once we reach the location anyway. We'll have to find its tracks and go somewhere near its home to really make sure it catches the scent, though. We don't need it rampaging through the entire countryside again. It can save us some work and make sure that we know exactly where it is. If that would suit you.
I don't disagree.
Well, if no one else disagrees,
Seems sufficient.
take sufficient. Good word. 10 points.
Now, the hunters beaten up by the water. They said that rotten fruit was a good lure.
Oh.
Any other recommendations?
The other hunter will try to. Well, they're as bad as it sounds. It seems like this thing just wants to attack anything that moves. So we'd be good lures. Not that I'd want to try that out, but be worth a good shot, I suppose.
I wonder if anyone excellent at projecting could put something that weighs nothing on top of a delicate pit trap.
You're encouraging him, aren't you?
If you won't, I will.
He's very good at what he does.
Kira, are you going to be helping us?
Well, I can't really. I'm not much of a fighter.
I'm
I
certain
have.
there are contractual obligations here at the inn, and we understand.
Well, no, the inn I think would pay me to get out. I'm doing a little too well. Oh, best angry faces this morning. You guys missed it. The hangover combined with this really good one about someone having a messed up face and telling you your life's on. Just anyway. Yeah, I'm more of a watch you guys do things and make it sound cool afterward.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Still
team
have a-
thinking we need.
Have a small harp and kind of like run a few fingers across it. It does create a very pleasant tune, but just I'll help where I can, but I'm more of a I know things person, less of a I kill things person. Plus, it's your prophecy. Come on, a little pride, guys.
Speaking of, where's DeFera?
Where is Tefera?
She's in the bathtub.
It is actually a fairly fairly good setup here. They do have public baths and a well to draw from for water and towels and lavatories. You're able to get yourself clean over the road in a way you probably did not expect, given the more rustic appeal of the rest of this place.
Yeah, it's probably been the first time she's been alone in a while, so she's just enjoying that.
Your solitary moment is certainly not interrupted, and you're able to just let your hair down if you really wanted to. It just like you could even have been a bit up before everyone else and just gotten some because of that good hot water from the top of the barrel.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
You
you're
know,
able to-
before the layer of sludge is floating up there.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
water is collected in a basin, and the warm water will go first. But you're able to get it when it's nice and warm, and just It's good. It's kind of almost has a slightly floral scent, like perhaps like someone's put a bit of a fragrance into the water as well.
Rose or something.
Yeah, well, probably some Greek thing, and I'll think of later.
So she will stroll in to the conversation, obviously very late.
But looking as radiant as ever. Kira will say that as you come through. In case you didn't know, we're going to trap it by digging a big hole in the ground and putting Ponos in it. Or something. I kind of spaced.
I mean, I'm not against that
Close,
idea.
but not quite.
Is he willing? And she's gonna kind of like look at Ponos as if like, is that a thing you want to do?
I mean, if that's what people want, then clearly I will deliver. In a way.
And there's the catch, everybody.
Maybe we'll put Leo in the hole.
I'm okay with that if we need to.
Or
We're not gonna put Leo in the hole.
Not me.
Or possibly just nobody in the hole. Except for the boar, eventually.
well, we'd hope so. You know, you probably also put something prickly down there. Get a little, you know.
Oh, spikes.
I have a means of taking care of the pleasant landing for our piggy friend.
Well, if that's it, I am paying Tinius and Yavon by the day, so not to put any more pressure on you guys, but
Well,
You
as
can't
long-
rush a prophecy, can you say?
Unless it's part of the prophecy.
didn't even have to make my argument. There you go.
Well,
Right.
let's head off into the woods and dig a hole for our satyr friend.
Dig me a hole.
All right, you guys begin. As you make your way eastward into the Heartlands, you pass many ravaged farms and settlements, Sour Vintage being right there. So you're heading east, not quite towards the steppes, more along the river, more rather towards the river here. The rocks and trees along the road have been gouged, seemingly by its tusks, leaving deep, ragged trenches in the ground. Carrying crows flock in the fields. You manage to see a few picking at bodies of failed hunters and unfortunate settlers. Is anyone kind of going to take the lead here in regards to following the trail of destruction? Because in the moment, it kind of like, if you follow the road, you might be able to find it, but it seems like you might be able to piece together a kind of path of that it's taken more recently to follow it back. If you guys want to take more active role in that.
Well, I am
Sure.
poorly equipped to hunt down a boar. Anyone capable of such a task?
I can maybe do something, but I'm not a good scout.
Can't be too difficult finding something that's that big and aggressive and clumsy. All you have to do is use a little wit.
Right.
In any case,
So-
that trail of destruction probably tells the best story to lead us to where we're going.
See? Simple.
Two hunters will agree. And kind of nodding. It would be best. We could also give the shot, but Kira has been telling us not to get too involved. Let you guys do your work, or whatever that means.
I guess I'll try. Can't be too difficult.
I believe.
So what am I doing?
If you are going to take lead on this, I'm going to need you to make me a survival check.
Great.
Exactly.
Hey, Dice God, it's me, your boy.
Hello,
We do-
Tony.
Be gentle.
No.
Oh
Not
no!
you again.
It's Winterhold's finest.
Start the campaign out with the
Winterhold's
first
finest
roll of the
all over
night, and it
again.
is a natural one.
Oh, no. This is crew 2, y'all.
Yeah.
And
Winterhold's
so
finest
the
right
prophecy was fulfilled.
TPK by name, TPK by nature.
The ending came before
Hooray.
it ever began. And none
We have
were any the
advantage from
wiser.
chat.
Advantage. You want to use
What
that
could have
advantage
been.
right
We don't
now?
know the result yet, please.
Sure. Da-da-da.
Okay, it's not a natural one. So
Better.
you know what?
You are. No, I don't want this music. I take that back. Sorry. Let's do this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
Here we go.
Hey,
God.
hey.
You are about to kind of set your hand down to kind of follow along a few tracks, you know, picking up a dead body and kind of like about to kind of really. You kind of look over the body and you're certain for a moment this is the way, and then as you pick your head up to kind of point like we should go this way, you realize you're staring at the rest of your traveling group, as in you're pointing in reverse, and you'll kind of see one of the hunters kind of cough and point next to you, and the body that you have taken is like this was gored and fell off here. Seems to, based off footsteps, been kind of almost thrown to the side. You can kind of see the boar's feet twist and pivot in the dirt. And some much clearer tracks begin heading off northeast towards a set of hills.
It was like the beast went that way, and can't say I'm too skilled in doing this kind of thing. It's not really my forte.
Well, I'm certain we'll all find our place in this prophecy. That way it is.
Hopefully, Kieran will shout from the back. But yeah, leading your way up, you are able to find a small, not necessarily a path, more like kind of like a deer trail. If a deer was the size of a minivan, stacked on top of another minivan, through the woods as it climbs up the hill forward.
So like a
And-
regular van, since it's 2 minis.
Yes, it's a regular sized van, clear in its way, like it could be a car commercial or something. And you've noticed again marks and flecks of blood along the way, beginning to become more and more almost a small river by that point that you reach. Not quite the zenith, but from this point at the top of a hill, you can look down, and there's a small divot before rising again into a large pile of stone that forms a large cave. I'm going to move you guys over to there. As the boar's hoofprints are now very clearly visible, blood marks smear the way. From this height, you can see miles of mountainous hills to the west. A thick blanket of fog hangs over the lower land, and you hear a gentle chorus of birds greeting the morning sun. Eventually, you're able to see the end of the trail at the shadowy mouth of a cave. Ear-splitting grunts and squeals echo from inside. The hunters, who I will of course bring on at this moment, and let you guys basically tell me where you want to set up here, will caution you both to stop. And if we want to set up a trap, this is probably the best place to do it. We have the advantage of being uphill from it, and the wind's blowing the opposite direction. We'll alert it when we want. And now I ask, where do you guys want to set up? Because there's a few options. Between the two of them, you guys obviously have enough to make you having bought equipment beforehand, you have enough to make a spiked pitfall full of rotten fruit. We have a rope snare and even a spiked barricade with a whole bundle of hardened sticks that one of the hunters is carrying on his back. Each of these is going to be a survival check to set up and will take a certain amount of time. but could be helpful in the coming fight.
Well, I say we start with a hole and work from there.
Okay, where do you guys want to make a hole?
I think like right in the middle, not too close to the cave to attract attention.
Something
Far
that's
enough
not-
from the trees so that we're not shoveling through roots.
That too. That too. Yeah, just nothing too obvious.
Well, Yes, nothing too obvious.
I don't
There's
know. There's
fine.
there's more of like kind of middle. Like there's kind of a curvature like around here. So like I don't know, somewhere around there.
It'll be hard that close to the cave. Digging the earth will certainly cause a ruckus. If we don't... It's the hardest thing to set up, you know?
It's probably right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say
Put it
just
off.
past these trees. We have a partial barricade. We can put another barricade between us and the hole in case it misses.
Sure. So it's going to be about a 10 by 10 for the amount of time you probably have. I'm going to mark it out for you guys. Right
A
about...
hole big enough for something twice the size of a man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So right about there.
Yeah, I think so.
That works just fine.
And then did you need us to roll?
Yes, whoever is going to be a group check, or you can elect someone to make the primary survival roll to make this as the leader, or and you can like help them, give them advantage, or we can make a group check, and if your advice is good or something, you can add a D4. We'll do. Who's leading this project?
Well, look, I see myself as a project manager.
Yeah,
I will
Matt.
happily delegate and shout at people and point at things that look far too heavy or painful for me to dirty my hands doing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
That's basically what I do. For
I'll
everything.
sit and watch while
Yeah.
they take care of the work properly, and I'll
Focus
ensure
shock.
that they do a good job.
Yeah, and Leo, volunteers to shovel.
Yeah. Shoveling is a strength-based thing, and Eliana's like, sure, whatever.
Sure.
That's it.
One of the skill-
Laurel will do the shoveling.
Well, Ponos, maybe you and I can get the spike barricade put up while they dig.
I would love to get the spike barricade put up. I think you would do an excellent job of it. Well volunteered.
Just get used to him doing that. He'll literally just nod your head and go with it.
I look down at myself. I'm on the short side. I'm incredibly skinny. I lift up an arm and it is practically see-through.
But yeah, again, that's going to be about a 10-foot long barricade of sharpened stakes pointing towards the cave's mouth. Where you guys want to set that up?
Well, I suppose we can have these fallen trees as part of our protection if things go poorly. So we'll make it another tree just next to the pit trap. Have a one or the other, or do we put it beyond the trees and fight from more of a distance if things go bad?
Let's see, where do we want this thing? I think,
Ponos, since you volunteered yourself, I think you should pick.
well, that's what I thought, you can get a real brain on this case. Now, looking at what we've got here, the plan is pig in pit. So maybe we should have it kind of running parallel to the pit. So it runs out, sees spikes, thinks, that's not my bag, and bam, into pit by default. A kind of guidance system.
Yeah, path of least resistance.
I
Exact
suppose it
on
could
there.
hurt. Well, yeah. Let's put it there then.
All right, ping that for me. Perfect, thank you. So 10. Boop. And then they'll be pointed this way. Believe it or not, I think this is like the actual official way to mark spikes or something. Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna need a survival check for that as well. It's slightly easier. So Eliana and Leo, you both have made your checks for digging that hole.
Yeah, it was terrible. I got a 9.
13.
Okay, and Ponos and Threnos.
Absolutely. Ponos, could you lend me some words of encouragement, perhaps? Not in the official sense of a power, but, just some advantage,
You
maybe.
did a good job of putting it together, and I did a great job of telling you to do it.
Help. Okay.
There
Okay.
we go.
Thank you, Ponos. I couldn't have done it without you.
That's what I'm here for. For all
All
of you.
right.
You're all
So
welcome.
setting down the barricade is simple enough. Shove, clear out a little dirt with your heel, and then really just ram the stick home. You're able to do it quietly and effectively, just one after the other.
Spikes go the other way, Ponos.
What? Oh, it doesn't matter. The point is, it sees it, and it doesn't
absolutely
do it.
matters. The point is going that way.
We don't want it on the spikes. We want it in the pit. Why does it matter which way the spikes go? You're thinking too much. The key is not to think.
Over here setting that up. Defera and Calliope, what are you guys up to while this is happening? You guys want to set something up, or
That's a great question.
or would you like to move to get set up?
I mean, what of the supplies do we still have at this point?
You have enough to make a rope snare, but you could also attempt to make a second barricade or another pit. I mean, it's just digging a hole in the ground, but by the looks of it, the two are having some trouble with it.
Strange question. Would it be possible at all to make like almost kind of a tripwire kind of thing in front of the pit to just so like if it trips over, the momentum just sends it in there?
You could make a rope snare like that, yeah. It'll
Okay.
attach it to a tree or something and grab its ankle to pull its leg out, and so it'll send its head going down. But yeah,
All right.
where that's gonna be that will be like a 5-foot spot. So ping me where you want that.
All right.
Pharaoh will come up and start assisting with digging, since it seems to have been struggling.
It has. You want to make me another survival check for that? All right. Before I get to you guys, right
I
there.
drew it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Save me the trouble. Okay, so make me a survival check for setting that up.
All right. We're gonna try. Do I use
feel
my
like-
+2 now, or do I use it later?
I feel like the two hunters we brought along could have been helpful here.
One of
Yeah.
them is moving up to the cave to like try and get a peek in, and the other is kind of keeping watch up here with his buddy. However, you all get to work. Renos, you are able, with of course the oversight of Ponos, masterfully managing the placement of the spiked barricade. It is set in place quickly and quietly. That's the most important part. The rest of you go to work like a 9 a.m. construction crew.
Yep.
Boots, you get into a kind of rhythm and have to start putting in effort. The ground doesn't give as easily as you'd want it to, especially given how, it's a mountain and it's dewy and clearly wet. Why is the ground so freaking hard? And you go and start carving into the ground, and you just have to start exhausting yourself and shouting, and you start like calling out to each other, kind of almost naturally, like, having a small conversation. And just as the one hunter here, Tenius, is about to, he's like starting to turn like, please be quiet. You hear a bestial grunt from inside the cave. A massive boar charges around the corner. Massive boar. Charges around the corner.
Oh,
Big bitch.
okay.
And
Sean's gift.
let me show this. And immediately turns and hooks Javin onto one of its tusks, goring him instantly.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh no.
And it turns to you, its ancient eyes fiery with red. You swear it almost bleeds out. But from its back, similarly bleeding, are a number of injuries. It seems this blood is not simply that of hunters and settlers, but also of the beast itself. As like Moby Dick, it has been speared and cut, and it is a pool of blood pouring from it, but it still looks ready to fight. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Click on your tokens.
Yes, you all have tokens.
God
Bam.
damn it.
I'm gonna just roll a 0. Hold on. Okay.
No, I
Don't
don't
worry,
think-
Tina, I'm a rogue. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Is everyone in? Looks like it.
Fear.
I almost want to say
Very cool.
Aquaneck, but Defera, you're up first. The pit is not nearly done. Neither is the snare trap. But you do have... Oh, let me make sure I don't delete someone's token when I do that. But you do have the barricade there.
Yeah, she's going to. She's going to move. Is this tree here?
Oh, ping for me?
Right
Oh.
here. This one. Is this up and standing, or is it down because it's been smashed?
It's down because it's been smashed. That is a log you can definitely hide behind.
Check. That is going to be her current movement, and she's going to hold. She's going to hold her action until it comes closer.
Gotcha.
I need it to come about 10 feet closer.
All right, that will certainly occur at some point. But for the moment, Calliope.
Okay, great. This is very scary. Okay, so she's gonna look at it, and being where she is now, she's going.
Make me actually. I'm gonna need you to make me a wisdom save,
Oh, great.
as you are within
Okay.
its presence. It looks
Oh,
you
my.
dead in the eye, and you see a fiery torrent of hell threatening to overcome you. But in that moment, you still yourself, and you are strong. You are not confused.
Oh, fun. As she steals herself, she kind of takes that mental momentum to just kind of like all of these like cacophonous like celestial words begin to spill out of her mouth as she tries to cast a bane on this and just like have that bane just kind of grip around the part of this beast. So I need a charisma save.
Oh, charisma. Well, clearly this guy is a great party animal. But that is going to be a 12.
What's my DC? Okay, that'll fail. Thank God.
Okay.
Thank the 5.
So it's going to be a
so-
negative D4, correct?
To attack rolls and saves.
All right.
Um,
That's a good bane.
And he can make the save at the end of each of his turns.
Perfect.
Or retry it at least.
Would you like to move?
I would absolutely love to move. I'm definitely gonna take Saphira's lead here and kind of like go behind this tree, and just say if this prophecy is correct, we're gonna make it out of this, and I give you a bardic inspiration. It's my bonus action, and that is it.
All right, it is the Great Boar's turn, and feeling the effects of the spell, it lowers its head and just charges through this hunter. It is going to go here, just running past him almost. Well, literally. And that's going to be a bit of damage. Yep.
Oh, dang.
He is also similarly going to be absolutely gored by this boar.
Damn.
And his body will join his fellow hunter on this thing's tusks, impaled and being dragged along. It only makes one attack a turn, but it's in your presence. So I'm going to need everyone who has not already succeeded on their wisdom save to make one now.
I was
Oh,
holding
thank
an
you.
action when it
Oh,
got
yes,
10
sorry.
feet. So I'm going to cast Infestation on it.
Hell yeah.
Look at you.
I will need
Frodo.
a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, it is chonky, but it did not roll well. It's a 14.
Minus a D4. Yeah.
Oh no.
Bane.
So it does not save.
Yeah, -3. Oh no, that's an 11.
So it takes. Oh, cool.
Nice.
1 poison damage, but it also has to move a D4 in a direction away from, and that's west.
It's got to move west
It has to move west.
with the full move now or on its next turn.
These are good questions you're asking. It doesn't say. It moves its speed. If it can move and its speed is at least 5 feet, it must move and doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. And if the direction roll is blocked, the target doesn't.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's roll it back a little bit to right as it was goring your friend, because that was right about probably where you get the spell off with the momentum it was carrying. It'll head west and run directly into the spiked barricade.
Yes, thank you.
So it's going to be 2d6 of damage. That's not going to make it feel pretty. And additionally, as it runs in, it will just completely stop all of its momentum and will bleat out this angry roar that almost manifests in all your mind as a voice. But I still need those wisdom saves. Threnos, you're good. Eliana, you're good. Defera. Okay.
You have a bardic inspiration.
You have bardic
just
inspiration.
D6.
Just joking. I'm gonna add a D6,
Hey.
10.
which was good.
That is exactly what you
Yep.
needed to pass.
Wow.
So you are not affected. Each of you watching the wild madness of this creature's actions. Pure body horror as you see exposed muscle and blood gush from this thing that will not die as it tears into this barricade. More spikes going into its hindquarters and shoulder. Oh, gosh, I should have taken some butchery classes before this. But for Leo, Ponos, you are not so strong of mind at this moment, and you fall to a confusion just as your mind reels. Not necessarily at the kind of, not like in a Cthulhu horror-esque way, but just this thing almost seems to look at you, and you feel this deep presence within your mind tearing at you. And you will be confused, which you can save on at the end of your turn.
That's very cool.
Well, I think it's pretty neat. But that brings us to Threnos.
Take care, Elana. And I'm going to wave a hand, and all of your armor is going to shimmer and be more effective, so you get a +2 to your AC.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Then I'm going to move around the boulder up around here so that the spike thing is between me and the giant angry pig. And you fine with me casting bonus action leveled spells and cantrips as my standard action?
Bonus action. Yeah. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I am going to send a mind spike at it. It needs an intelligence save. I'm hoping it's not very intelligent.
Ooh.
Well, he is a Arkansas guy. It's a 3 though. Evidently, that education wasn't as good. So it's gonna take 4 damage.
Yes, sorry. When
All
I
right.
minimized that, it disappeared. Yeah,
No
4
worries.
damage.
So you send forth the mental presence as it got it perfectly that you got a natural 20. You feel it try to invade your mind, and you take that and send the energy directly back into it. No harm directly manifesting in it, but you do see it kind of wince away from you for a moment before locking eyes back on you again. But you fought the master for it, and you go do it again.
And the mind sliver, it takes the form of a very small lightning bolt by its head that just goes in.
Perfect. Leo, you are confusion.
Yes,
So,
what's that too?
So it makes you confused and makes me have to look up confusion, but I believe you roll a d10 for what you're going to do this turn.
I rolled a 1.
That could be good. So you can use all of your movement to move in a random direction. Roll a d8 to determine that direction and assign one of the radials to each face. So, roll me a d8.
Oh, D8. 4.
Okay. So we'll start east, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, or wherever you want to start from. As long as it's 4 from where you initially started counting, you must move your full movement in that direction.
Uh-oh.
Sweet.
Ruh-roh.
My movement is 30. Ugh.
I'd recommend
Yes.
defaulting to north on those rolls.
East? I thought you said west.
Oh, I already made that
So is
joke
that
in
way,
chat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, that way. Okay.
But yeah, you will just lose yourself for a moment, and Leo will trot off into the woods, attacking phantoms that do not exist. Eliana.
Oh, already losing people. I guess it's up. How does this boar looking?
Actually, it seems like you've taken a good hit on it. Like, you've gotten a good smack across the face. But what's really killing it is previous injuries and wounds. Like, it might not have much left, even if you guys let it be.
Okay, and understanding that, before I get up close, it needs to make a wisdom save as I just take the spear and just clang across the symbol of Palor on my shield. And I cast Total the Dead.
Okay, wisdom save is going to be an 18.
Are you minusing the Bane?
I am not minusing the Bane.
And the Mind Sliver?
And so it's going to be a 1 from the Bane and a 4 from the Mind Sliver to make that a 13 instead.
Huzzah! It fails!
Let's go.
It will succeed instead.
Ah, you
Ah,
suck!
We tried.
Boo! Boo him!
That boar!
I'm just thinking like it's just that tone just goes out. Just not enough. I saved from this creature. And oh gosh. Is it still like looking at Threnos or
It's currently stared at Thurnos, but as you make that sound, its head whips back to you.
excellent?
And the bodies of the 2 hunters like dangling on its tusk as
Oh, no.
that's closest to you.
So sad. That's my turn.
Their arms wave as if to say, "Join us."
Oh no! Oh
No.
Homie, don't do
From-
that. That's it. Yeah, I don't have any other cool actions.
Okay. Which brings us to Ponos, who is also confused. And Leo, I need you to
Whoa.
make a wisdom save again.
What will he do next? It's a 7.
Okay, so Leo, you are no longer on the effects of confusion. The creature uses its reaction to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. There is no creature within its reach. The creature does nothing this turn. Ponos, there's only one creature within your reach.
Okie dokie.
And Threnos looking like a whole pig right now.
Oh
No, no, not the squishy.
no!
Oh,
4 to hit.
Misses.
You got
Okay.
lucky, kid.
You swing and the wrong direction on top of this rock. Threnos barely, well, not even, there's a wild swing, kind of almost in the air in your direction. Not hitting much of anything, thankfully, but you can make another wisdom save.
I have to do everything myself. That's the problem with these lot. I have to get my hands dirty after all. Stay still, pig.
Will you
Oh,
stop?
Oh my
you're
God.
Super still confused.
Please stop. Just stop.
Stop! He's already dead.
You're only hurting yourself.
Defera, you are up.
Yeah, she's going to pull a crossbow out and attempt to just get it. Let's see.
ooh.
20 will definitely hit.
And then
Damn.
bonus action, she's gonna go ahead and cast Hex on it.
All right. Really load this thing up with debuffs. Jeez, guys.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
see
all
what
we
kind of
have.
group this is.
Yeah.
And it'll take an extra d6 of necrotic damage.
Oof.
Dots.
Does it have to save against
More
Hex,
dots.
or?
Oh wait, it
Oh no, it's
no, it doesn't. It's a curse.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. It's a curse.
No, you're cursed.
You're cursed. You just...
And it has disadvantage on all ability checks.
Okay. Can it resist
Or
that?
wait, choose one ability. Oh, I'll
Ah, there
choose
you
one
go.
ability. I'll
Strength,
choose its
please.
goring ability.
Strength?
Strength, sure.
Okay. Cool. This is very good. Is there anything else in your turn?
Negative.
Yeah, you reach out, calling on the fates and pulling on the strings of this boar, taking out some leg days from its past as you see its muscles begin to atrophy slightly. Literally stealing meals out of its past's mouth. Calliope. And also
Oh, boy.
shoot it right in the eye, which it does not appreciate.
All right. I just kind of peek over and see that it's now kind of on the downslope in terms of condition right now. And as my action to say, you mean to hurt us with those matchsticks you call tusks, and cast vicious mockery. I need a wisdom
Right.
save.
You mean?
Minus a d4.
All right, it rolled a 19, minus 1 for 18.
Oh. It's steeled itself. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's fine.
It's not what your mom said.
Ooh.
Oof.
No. It seemed to serve your friends just fine. You hear deep in your mind.
Damn. Okay. And then as my bonus action, am I in range? Hold on. Nope, I gotta move 10 feet. So I'm gonna move over here. And because I don't know, I peek over and also see some random struggle happening between Threnos and Ponos now. And just say, his precision and focus is going to meet the land and the sky on the horizon. Try to bardic inspiration you to snap out of it. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. The boar, being pinned and shot from everywhere and now not wanting to feel the spike in its sides anymore, it detaches itself viciously, turning towards Leo, who seems to just be regaining his mind, and will charge at you.
Opportunity.
Oh,
attack?
super opportunity attack.
Awesome.
13 will not do it though, as
course it
you
won't.
go and swing and cannot pierce this boar's hide. You go and try and no penetration. Tusk, that is going to be a 18 to hit.
That just hits.
Minus a D4.
Oh,
Minus a D4. 1, so 17.
that doesn't hit now.
Well, there you go.
Whoa!
This
so-
vein doing work.
A giant boar's charging at you, and it's just slightly thrown off course from goring you with a tusk. How do you get around this?
I think like I shake off the confusion, and as it's coming, so
I mean,
I
you
can't
can also
go-
you can take it as well. Like,
as the other two have clearly shown, sometimes you can't take it, and I kind of like duck and just try to dodge out of the way.
all right, yeah. This thing's large enough, and it's with the hex and the bolt in its eye. It raises its tusks too soon to try and get a view on you, and you are able to slide underneath using your shield to avoid a few loose daggers and spears in its underbelly as it charges clean over you. Kind of circling back here in the woods and staring you all down one more time. And as it does, you see its knees wobble. Just seems to barely be holding itself up at this point. And Threnos, it's your go.
Thurnos is going to walk out and stand behind the spiky wall of "Please don't stick me, pig."
It's mostly with the pig at this point, for the rest.
Then I'm just gonna get far away enough away from Ponos so that he doesn't take another pot shot. And
Come back, coward!
once I am out of reach, I am going to dump a magic missile into the pig.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Magic missile never miss, so give me that damage.
Blink, blink, blink.
4,
Ooh.
8.
Damn.
Give me another.
Ooh.
All three
Yeah,
are there.
the 5.
Oh. Super.
4, 4, 5. That
There
is
it is.
13.
13. Okay. The what is the shape of your magic missile? I'm always curious about this.
So Thrynos steps out long enough and just both of his wings flex, and they don't seem particularly strong, but they flex and they flick, and 3 feathers go flying out the tips of his wings.
And they soar with arcane energy and stick into the neck of this pig, drawing more blood as it seems now very much on its last leg if it wasn't before. Which brings us to Leo.
All right. Now that he's getting his adrenaline pumping, he grabs his helm from his sash, from his backpack, and puts it on. He's like, "I've missed this," and he charges and tries to swipe him.
All right. Make me an attack. That's
7 to
No.
miss.
Super
Do you have
unfortunate.
any advantages or something from chat?
I don't.
Oof.
So that is my turn, and I hesitate as I'm like, I am kind of rusty.
Yeah, the bodies of the comrades on its tusks makes it a little hard to get an angle in, and you end up just kind of swiping and hitting a tooth rather than anything real meaty. Eliana.
Eliana's going to run up. While she's doing it, she's going to flip around her grip on the spear and just huck it. Come on.
Yes! Yeet.
There you go. Do me some damage.
Jesus.
One-handed.
So 12, because it's the one-handed, as I just let her rip.
Okay. That goes straight between its eyes, and you see this thing kind of look at you, like someone who's about to take the big sleep, but is fighting it with every bit of their body. And it's
Damn.
just staring at you at this thing as its mind almost can't seem to really comprehend it's dying. Ponos, you're in confusion still.
Yeah.
Make me a D10.
I got a 10.
A 10, which you can act and move normally this turn.
Hey.
Huzzah! Big boy. So that kind of blinks and shakes his shaggy head and looks around and kind of says, "Oh, where is that damn thing? I had it exactly where I wanted it. I was about to gut it, and I could taste the pork scratchings. Oh, and I'll kind of
boy.
clock it on the other side of the clearing and be like, yep, that's where I wanted it. Over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted. I'm winning, and I'll hold my action. I'll take the dodge action.
All right.
No one ever takes the dodge action. That's what I'm gonna do. Bam, dodge action.
If you do make a big show of it, I do also, you can make a wisdom save as well to avoid confusion for next round.
Yeah, no
You're
worries. Easy.
inspired. Oh, you didn't need it. Nice.
Don't even need it. You
Use it for like,
self-assure yourself,
Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning this fight.
clears out all the bad thoughts. Like, you got this. The odds are on your side now.
I'm on a
DeFerro,
big rock.
you are also on a big rock, which helps. Everyone knows people who stand on big rocks win things.
You're powerful.
DeFerro,
He's going to let out another crossbow bolt. Oops, that was the damage. Didn't mean to do that one.
Whoop.
That was to do that one first. But I'll just
24
do,
will 24 will definitely hit.
I'll just do that damage then.
And
since it's already.
let me know how you take this thing down.
Yeah, she's just going to very silently, again, not saying much, just quietly, like, knocking the crossbow bolt, letting it go, and I would say whoever is within, like, a 5 to 10 foot, so who's that near me? I can't see.
That's Calliope.
Calliope, you would probably see underneath her hood, you would probably be the first person to get a glimpse of the snakes in her hair from the wind of the crossbow bolt. But again, not saying much. So.
And yeah, that bolt hits home. Is there anything? I mean, it's your shot. Your scene basically. Is there anything in particular you want this Boar to have happen in the general scene?
We'll go other eye, I guess.
That's mean, but I love it. And as it turns its head to as Leo kind of hits the tusk and turns its head just ever so slightly, the other goes straight into it. And this thing collapses onto the floor. All weight and life removed from its body. And for a moment, everything is quiet until... But Leo, you can hear this thing barely still breathing. And finally, the crossbow bolts kind of open, they're not pulled out, but the eyelids are forcefully split as it forces both its eyes open. Madness and blood now very literally pouring forth, and you can hear in all of your minds, "Know this, mortals. Your sins cannot be atoned. An ancient power sleeps in the heart of Thylea, and when it awakens, the age of Mithras will come to an end. Just as my broken body falls to ruin and decay, so too all mortal things will come to death and darkness. No prophecy will save you." And with a final, it falls, eyes still open and staring directly at you.
Did anyone else hear something disturbing as it died?
A little bit, yeah.
Indeed.
And I'm assuming the hunters are like super duper beyond saving dead.
You see two figures slumped over each other, giant, like, banana boat sized tusk basically going through both their chests, like.
Fuck. Alright.
Rub some dirt on it. They'll be fine.
No, they're quite dead. Unfortunately.
Well, in that case, they don't mind, do they?
Not really about desecrating the body, but
So I think maybe removing them from the tusks and taking them back to their families would be ideal.
just like ripping out the spear, like, yep, that's the plan.
If you think your family would want to see you in that state, then sure. I mean, or we could just burn the whole thing here and say no more on it. Huh? Saves carrying. Gets you dirty.
You'll hear a rustling of trees as Kira finishes hopping over a log. Wow, that was more than I expected.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty impressive, so I don't know what you did expect, but I'm glad I delivered.
Almost
Yeah.
a sword of Threnos.
Yeah, well, okay. So near tragedies and betrayals aside, I thought you guys did great. Like, it would have been better if those two could live, but I'll make sure that I can handle their bodies. You guys shouldn't have to deal with that. There's the cave, though. Treasure, I'm sure, or something.
I suppose we can see
treasure?
what a pig collects.
I would assume muck, mud, and refuse.
This also wasn't just any ordinary boar.
It was a talking boar full of threats and damnation, and who knows what it might have.
You guys want to head to the cave?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And if there is a moment that Zafira is just kind of like behind from the group a little bit, Calliope will just kind of look back at her and say, I knew there was something I liked about you. Nice shot.
We'll smile and acknowledge it, but not say much.
Okay.
And I will pull the glow from the armor of Alana back into my own power.
Thanks for that.
It turned out not to matter, but sometimes the things we do don't matter much, and other times nothing could matter more.
As you guys head into this cave, it's about 50 feet back and reeks of gore and decay. Two bodies have been messily disturbed here. The rest is... It may have once been people, but now appears to have been more food. A lot of fruit and residue and leavings are about. But looking around, you are able to find about 25 gold pieces and 37 silver pieces. On one of the bodies is also a silvered spear, the tip just being perfectly coated in the magical metal. And those outside or staying a bit away from the gore cave will see Kira kind of like pushing the bodies off the tusks 2 feet on the boar's head and kind of
Kira would help her with that.
Oh, thank you so much. Sorry. Again, you shouldn't have to do this. Is the messy stuff. This is why your heroes shouldn't have to worry about this. I paid these guys. I basically got them. Oh boy. I'm going to make sure they have proper funerary rites. I can front the gold for these two. Two on the eyes, you know? Then burn them and send them on their way. As for the pig, though, that's up to you guys to decide as a group when they're all out of the muck in there. Doesn't smell very good.
Can Defira do a once-over just to confirm her suspicion that this thing is not edible? Because we had talked about cooking it and distributing it to various townspeople.
Just for certain.
Just
We can't
wants to
make
make
pot
sure
pies
that
out of this.
maybe that's a terrible idea.
Make me a medicine or nature check, or even an arcana, whichever knowledge skill you want to use. I'm very open to however you want to reason this out.
Classic Chauncey check.
Medicine. Okay, yeah. Looking at this boar, this is less a beast and more a monster. If there was any food to be gained from this thing, it would almost certainly rot and go bad as soon as it was removed from its body. This thing was near zombified by the time you all got to it, and also there might be the fact that like being in its presence made you crazy and scared, and that probably wouldn't translate well to an oven. But as you're kind of looking it over, and I guess the others can start coming out of the cave if you're all fine with that, Kira will kind of turn and look to you all. So here's the fun part. Well, not the dead bodies part, but she'll kind of motion to the boar with two hands. You killed it. You slayed a beast, a monster, and there's a fair bit of power in that. Not sure if you're all familiar, but Sidon's order did kind of put out a bit of a bounty on this thing, demanding you sacrifice it to the Lord of Storms. But if you do that, it'll then like, look, you do the dinner offerings. That's one thing. There's gonna be a lot of oomph and meaning to whoever you sacrifice it to. If you want to sacrifice it to someone, no pressure. Just that's usually how the story goes.
Well, if the Titans are the ones being the real unpleasant, I'll just use that word, I wouldn't suggest giving it to them.
Sidon will not have this prize, that I guarantee.
Does anyone have a preference?
I've got a real suggestion. Since I project managed
No.
this
No.
whole state,
I'm going to shut this down immediately and say, no, Ponos, we're not sacrificing it to you.
okay, well, I thought I'd put it out there. No one else seemed keen, but, you know,
Well,
the option's always there.
I can break down your options, and also for the audience, I'll quickly break down the major deities of the region. We, of course, have Thylea, the mother goddess, kind of the land, Mother Titan. Kentamane, the 100 hands. You might have seen his big iron, big stone hands breaking out of the land and the sea sometimes. They're scary.
Sometimes.
What was his name? I'm sorry.
Kentamane.
Yeah.
That's
why
with
I'm asking
that's
this.
with a lot of gasps at the end of it. We have Sidon, Lord of Storms and the Sky. Look at me, I'm Thunder Guy. I got third eye. That's so cool. And his sister wife Lutheria, who is that's a crazy one. I don't want to talk about death and dreams and stuff. Mitros, you know, kind of heroes. You might have noticed there's a city named after her, goddess of the dawn. Kira, goddess of music and poetry and trickery. We have Vulcan, god of the Forge. He's living in Astoria. I'm sure he'd love that. Pythor, god of battle. I'm sure you're carrying his crest. I'm sure he'd love this. And Valis, goddess of wisdom, the most cursed goddess. It's really unfortunate what happened to her face. If you haven't been to Mitros, I would avoid. Anyway, that's about it.
Well, if it'll get their attention, I wouldn't be against offering it up to Pythor.
Cool.
I don't
Well,
see no
he'll
problem with that.
love it.
Do you need the whole thing for that?
Well, it'd be customary. I wouldn't see any harm in splitting it, I guess. It's like 2 would probably the most you get out. You can only fit so many offerings in this thing. It's about, 2 giant boars, so I guess 2.
Do you have someone in mind?
Just thinking out loud.
I like thinking out loud.
Well, if you have a suggestion, go for it.
I have a preference of celebrating my many given talents of ingenuity, wit, cunning, integrity, musical ability, the gift to entertain, art, romance, daring, courage,
I swear
desire.
to the 5.
I wasn't finished listing, but
Correct.
you understand
and
my
you'll
point.
never end.
I was
It will
writing it
never
down,
end if we let you
actually.
go on. We'll be here for years.
I think that all of those values should be attributed with a worthy sacrifice.
No.
So, let's put a fire under this thing. And I am going to lift a hand, and a bonfire will form over the corpse of this creature.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, put away your praise. Don't waste your time. Winter comes for all and breaks on the lower seas. We'll drink our wine as it breaks before us.
And
Pythor,
Oh,
a
go
gift for you.
And its body will slowly burn at first, but if no one else is going to throw in an offering as well, you'll watch as the boar's body almost seems to catch a new fire in and of itself. And you'll watch crackles go all the way through it. Now, it might, in your mind, smell delicious, but it's kind of almost a clean burn. As this thing almost is consumed and turned to charcoal in an instant, leaving just 2 of its tusks behind, and its body turning to ash and just dusting up into the air, kind of dissipating. And Kira will kind of watch it, wait for the appropriate moment, and all right. Well, he'll be real happy with that, I bet. Any particular reason?
Particular reason for...
Oh, choosing Pythor. I'm just curious. I gotta make sure. Is he like the patron deity of the group, or?
Like, does she actually have like a book out and just,
Oh,
like,
super
is writing
duper has
in
a
it?
scroll. Like, I need to take down everything.
I mean, I was born on the Pythor, but I don't know if that really gives any significance
Under
to...
him. Now, did that misshape your head, or?
And like, even the helmet's on. I don't know if she can see me glaring at her.
she'll
Like-
smile and go, "Yeah, okay. Don't worry, I got you."
I have questions. Pythor may or may not give the answer.
If it's how do you hit this thing really hard, I bet he has the answer.
I care not about his praise for that.
Okay. Well, if that's it, I think we have a tavern to drink dry, since you all just saved this whole area's harvest. So first round's on me.
I wonder why I didn't take the tusks.
I was just gonna say, as we're walking away, Defear is snagging a tusk.
We take the
It-
tusks.
You can carry the tusks back as trophies. Yes, I am giving. Please
Yes,
use.
please.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you,
we killed it. It's dead out there. Just trust us.
Well, that's why you bring a bard, of course.
That's why we bring the tusks.
Also, that would help a lot, I imagine. Yeah, you guys, it's like a 2-person effort to honestly carry each of these tusks, kind of like carrying a canoe. Not exactly the same size, but like the same kind of shape. As you guys haul it back to the Sour Vintage, and we'll leave you on that map. But as you guys walk back in with these tusks, there's a moment of quiet. And then every drink is just raised to the sky in praise. You hear almost every god's name extolled. And essentially, you have the entire night in your honor to do as you wish. So yeah, imagine Ponos's ego is very much contained and under wraps.
Not even slightly.
Yeah. Between the 6 of you, there is very little time for yourselves unless you actively seek it. Constantly desires to hear how you slayed the beast, tell the story again in more detail. Again and again, each time more and more and more. And explain this part again. Oh, what was it like? What was it like? Someone grabbing you. You can't keep drinks and food out of your hands. They put you up on tables, demanding, show us how you took the shot. Show us how you stuck the beast. And the night can pass in as much for a little revelry as you like. But with that, everyone, there's only one question in your on everyone's lips at the end of it is, where will you go next? And on that, I think we're gonna call it for tonight.
Can I say something to the drunk from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is like libations, and he's very excited and happy, and will like attempt to like cheers you as you come over, but like kind of like.
We each make a choice, but that choice can never be to hide in a cup. Either you face what you have to face and die trying, or it dies before you. No more hiding.
You're right. I'm sorry. I will. Hey, I guess I have to live up to your example then.
No, not mine.
Of course, your example. You helped kill the boar. And he grab a buddy. This is the one who killed. And again, another story is demanded of you.
At that moment, Ponos jumps up on the bar and is like, "Don't listen to his story. I was on a rock fighting it one-handed."
And yeah, with that, I think that's what we're gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna set the music as thank you all so much for joining us for episode 1 of Oathsworn, our Odyssey of the Dragonlords campaign, where our brave heroes have successfully slain the great boar of the Heartlands. Next time, will they travel to the Oracle's Cave, or they might hear more of their prophecy? That's up for them to decide. That's their story to tell. Thanks so much, everybody. This has been a long time in the works, so quick shout to all of the amazing people on screen here with me who have signed on to make this possible, and for all the people who helped set up the time slots, and everyone on the staff at TBK who makes us all as pretty as it is and sets us up and just makes us so much better. But if everyone could go around once more and let them know who you are, where they can find you in the future, and what more stories you're going to tell, and keep us off the Conrad.
Sweet, yeah. I'm Comrade Crash on Twitter and Twitch. Yeah, I played Leo Dracos on October 4th, Monday. It's a Monday. The sequel everyone asked for our Fast and Furious one shot called Too Swift, Too Vicious. We'll be playing the Renegade Racers system by Keegan X. They will also be joining us this time, which is super awesome. And Turk will be there. Sarah X Franco will be DMing, and I can't wait. It's gonna be crazy. And next up, Sir Heck.
Yeah, it's me. Hey guys, it's me. It's Heartlands. You can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heartlands, as well as in our lovely Discord that you should definitely join. In terms of what I have coming on next, I have Queen's Gambit on Thursday along with Chrissy, and next week I somehow managed to get into 4 different streams, so you're going to be seeing a lot of me next week, between the TPK Game Jam stream talking about all the amazing things that are being made by people in the community, as well as Memento Mori, which is our first spooky one-shot on October 1st. I will be over at Neon Lights Roleplay for our typically scheduled Saturday Seven Suns episode. Things are getting crazy, so you're gonna want to see it. We're getting into some fate-changing stuff, which is gonna be crazy. And then on Sunday, I will also be in The Zone, which is a surreal horror kind of thing, which is gonna be just nuts, which I'm super excited for. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Look at our schedule. And I've talked far too much. I played Calliope and Thylea Siren Bard, who walks the path of Dragon Slayer. Now, please stop letting me talk. HP talk now.
I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and tonight I played the Siren Sorcerer Threnos. You can find me in a couple places this week. Tomorrow night we will be playing Dark Veil with the fantastic Noir Enigma DMing. On Friday evening you will find me at our regularly scheduled Rime of the Frost Maiden, Icewind Dale campaign, Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We're coming up on a mid-season finale, so you don't want to miss the conflict that they are dealing with at the moment and the choices they have to make here at the break. And next Monday night is a brand new game getting started in the Stargate SG-1 role-playing game by Wyvern Games. They just fulfilled their Kickstarter at Gen Con. I spent hours and hours and hours playing it, and am greatly looking forward to GMing it. So that will begin Monday night at 8:30 Eastern Time. Beyond that, I think that's the initial plan for everything. Yeah, kick it over to Tony.
Hi, I'm Tony. I played Eliana, the elf prophetic cleric. You can't find me at all. I don't exist, so good luck. But I will manifest back on Saturday morning for Dark Echoes. Our Curse of Strahd campaign is coming back after having a one off. Yeah, we were just recently off. So that'll be super great coming back to, blowing up a whole building. That doesn't have consequences attached at all, ever. Other than that, I think I just have that and this for a little while. Stuff's about to get busy for me with school. So I think that is it for me. I'll pass it above me to Al of the Zbefer.
Thank you. That's right. It's me, Alzi Biffa, the most French man in all of French. But other than that, I was also Ponos, your satyr, rogue, and general nuisance. So thanks for that. That was a tame character from me for a change. I thought, since we're having such a lovely long time together for the many years that this campaign will last, I will make someone nice and lilting that will, gently grow into himself, nice and calm. So
Who's
thanks for
on board
that.
the Ponos train. You'll be fine.
That's it. So you can always find me here. But otherwise, I know what you're thinking. Al, what are you up to? The answer: my fantasy football team is 2-0, so don't worry about me, kids. I'm doing just fine. Living the dream. And with that, I'll throw it on up. Whoop, 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 whoop. To Quissy Quits.
Hey guys. My name's Quissy Quits, and you can find me all over the streams on TVK, I feel like, this week. So, Heck listed the next one. I don't remember the rest. I've gone into a weird blackout. I'm on like hour 6 for today, so. But yeah, so I don't know, you can find me wherever. Just throw a dart at the TBK schedule, it's likely you'll hit me with it. Yeah, that's all. You're up, Turk.
All right. I am Turk or Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter. I was very lucky to be able to be the adventuring lead here for Oathsworn, and hopefully more in the foreseeable future. For more of things that aren't Oathsworn, which why would I ever want to do anything else? But it's much really good stuff. This Saturday, we'll be there with Dark Echoes, as well as the epilogue for the Bard's Refrain that night. Should be a lot of fun. Luga's gonna cry. I can almost guarantee that. Next Tuesday, we have Harper's ? Maybe, who knows? Hopefully. And then next Wednesday is the start of the Hubris of Man, our Aliens campaign, run, of course, by Meg Mysteria, the most wonderful of Alien fans. It should be a whole lot of fun, just getting off of a 40k universe, going into another slightly less grim, dark future, but certainly fraught with danger. I'll also be in the Zone, which Heck has spoken about, and the Swift and Vicious, which Comrade has touched on, bringing back Chris Faust, which should be a whole lot of fun. And then on the 5th, we will be right back here in Thylea, traveling, hopefully, well, if you guys want, to the Temple of the Oracle, and with a whole lot more stuff on the way. It's safe to say, keep it locked right in to TBK, Neon Lights, Nat 20, all the good places. Support all these amazing people, and thanks so much for hanging out tonight. And remember, even the gods are bound by fate and prophecy. Takes out HP.